Lighters was the second single released from Hell, the sequel that features Bruno Mars and is without doubt the most successful single from the EP. The song has been certified 2 times platinum in the United States, and since Royce has hinted at the possibility of a second project for Bad Meets Evil, now's a great time to break down and simplify the lyrics of Lighters. And if you're new to the channel, remember to subscribe and turn on notifications. Eminem starts the first verse with this.
By the time you hear this, I will have already spiraled up.
Recovery released in 2010, and 1 year later, Hell, the sequel released. Eminem in that bar is referring to those that thought he was down and out after Relapse's commercial performance, but Recovery changed all that, and by the time we heard this song, Eminem had indeed gone back to the top of the game and showed critics that he wasn't going anywhere. Eminem continues and gives a shout out to those fighting to conquer their situations, which he states as fighters keep fighting, and follows up with this.
Had a dream, I was king, I woke up, still king. Snap kings, nibble is mine for the milk king.
According to an article on TechCrunch, founder and CEO of Facebook actually posted this in 2011 and stated that this was his favorite lyric in a while. Based on comments on YouTube, it's certainly a fan favorite and one of the most memorable on the entire EP. Eminem went on hiatus from 2004 to 2009, came back and nothing much changed. So in essence, he woke up from his sleep and he was still the king. Eminem continues and also implies that regardless of what haters may say, he's the greatest there is or there ever will be. He also implies that the only time he gave up was when he gave up using drugs. Eminem then does some lyrical acrobats to get his point across.
Who you dicks trying to kid? Flick dick, you did opposite, you stay the same. Just cock back with the still cock, you pricks.
Eminem has done this in a couple of songs, including Spacebound, where Eminem spelled words backwards to create meanings. Dick spelled backwards is KCID, which will be pronounced as kid, and cock spelled backwards is KCOC, which is still pronounced as cock. Eminem then metaphorically refers back to his period of drug use and talks about how he recovered and left people in awe wondering how he's still able to keep going strong in the game.
Woke up from that buzzing, now you wonder why he does it, how he does it.
Eminem here is referring to his opponents and even business associates as buzzards waiting for him to drop dead. There's countless examples of corporations milking dead artists and making a killing, and most recently, XXXTentacion's death is the one that's capitalized on. They circle around an artist like vultures, and as soon as you drop dead, it's time to milk your music. Eminem continues by describing how what he did was actually a miracle. Making a comeback to the peak of music from drug addiction is extremely rare, especially at the level Eminem did, and many talented artists like Joplin and Amy Winehouse couldn't make a comeback, and Eminem states,
To get it through your dick skulls at this ain't. Some bullshit people don't usually come back this way.
Eminem follows up by thanking haters for giving him the strength to return to top form, and ends by stating, let them bigs raise, and Big is a brand that produces lighters, so Eminem is stating raise your lighters up, and although he's with 5'9", they feel much bigger because of their confidence, thanks to haters, hence 6'8" reference that ends his verse. Royce starts his verse by stating,
by the time you hear this, I'll probably already be outie.
This is pretty much Royce referring to upgrading and leaving his old life behind. See this as moving out of the hood and becoming more successful, which was the case especially in terms of career push since he's now on an EP with Eminem, often hailed as the greatest. In the next couple of bars to show how he's loyal to Eminem, Royce refers back to how Eminem on What's the Difference on The Chronic talked about his loyalty to Dr. Dre.
And I ain't gotta stop to beat a minute to tell Shady I love him the same way that he did Dr. Dre on The Chronic.
In the next bars that follow, Royce implies that his dad worked hard and did his best, and based on the fact that he is now successful, his dad can now retire and have peace of mind that his son made it. Royce states this as, it's only right I write till he can march right. Notice the play on right and right in that bar that refers to writing songs. Of course, before Royce ended up with Eminem on the EP, he had artists that looked down on him, and Royce states this as they fall down, it's going to be quite scary, and likens the fall to this.
Going down, I'm something you don't want to see, like a hairy box.
Hairy box in that bar is pretty much pubes, and going down in that bar is to give cunnilingus to a female. Pubes down there is usually a turn off for most people, and for some it's quite scary. Royce also touches on how far he's come in his career.
Doomed. I remember when T-Pain ain't wanna work with me. My car starts itself, parks itself in auto-tunes.
From being someone so underground that popular artists like T-Pain won't want to work with, which is the case for many big stars, is now on a song with the likes of Bruno Mars and Eminem, who are miles ahead of T-Pain, and is now rich enough that his car is capable of auto-tuning itself, and this is also a play on T-Pain's signature auto-tune. Royce concludes his verse and states he's cool with being the second best rapper, right behind Eminem, and plays on the 2009 MTV Awards stage incident that involved Eminem and fictional character Bruno, portrayed by Sacha Baron Cohen, to usher in the bridge of the song by Bruno Mars. Many consider this song to be extremely underrated, but what do you think? Are you also interested in the new project from Bad Meets Evil? Leave your thoughts below, and if you'd like to support the channel, donate at the link in the description. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe if you enjoyed this.